The one thing I could say is it's truly remarkable. I mean, it's so beyond me. What did I do to really deserve this kind of wonderful treatment?
I know you guys don't like to hear this, but I'm sorry, you are my heroes. What you did as World War II veterans, collectively and literally, you saved the world. To this day, thank God, America is free. And we can never, ever repay you for that.
In 2004, they completed that World War II Memorial. And here it is, another 4 years, so finally, 64 years later, we were able to take 211 veterans back to see it. And we're going to keep doing that as long as we can get money.
In early 2008, Honor Flight Northern Colorado was formed as part of the Honor Flight Network. On September 23, 2008, they took their inaugural flight of 2 chartered aircraft filled with World War II veterans to Washington, D.C. to visit their memorial. The send-off from the Budweiser Event Center in Loveland was full of celebration and honor, attended by a crowd of nearly 500. Escorted by law enforcement and the Patriot Guard, the motorcade made its way to Cheyenne Airport as the veterans were honored by rescue workers and fire departments along the route.
He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He hits the boogie woogie bugle, what the company be. Jump, jive, jive, jump high. Look how when he jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle, what the company be.
As the veterans arrived at BWI Airport in Baltimore that afternoon, they were greeted with more celebration as crowds met them with music, signs, and cheers.
So we ended up with what turned out to be a pretty good balance of 211 veterans and 85 guardians. We had 3 MDs, we had 4 paramedics, and quite a number of RNs.
It's the most wonderful thing that I've seen for quite a while. I served in Europe in the glider division. I was in the Army, in the infantry, and then I ended up in the as an Alamo Scout. They were known for combat intelligence behind the enemy lines.
How many jumps did you make?
About 50.
How many combat?
Most of them were combat. I started the Ranger organization when I went in.
You started the Rangers program?
Yeah.
This greatest generation essentially saved the world and made the country what it is today, needed to be thanked. It was a project that I knew I had to be involved with.
The humbleness of those veterans is just amazing. Here we are trying to thank them, and they're bending over backwards thanking us.
In addition to the World War II Memorial, the veterans were treated to a visit to the Iwo Jima, Korean, and Vietnam memorials as well. The utmost care was given as guardians loaded and unloaded wheelchairs at each stop and saw to it that each veteran was tended to on a personal basis.
I just had an email from Earl Morse, the founder, this morning. He said this was the most coordinated, most committed, and the biggest effort so far in honor flight history.
World War II veterans were not allowed to pay anything for this trip, but were solely funded by tax-deductible donations. This was not the end, but the beginning, as flights will continue as often as funds will allow. The next flight is currently scheduled for April 28, 2009, and is close to being full at this point. Time is of the essence, as we are losing these precious veterans at a rate of more than 1,200 a day.